Good afternoon, everybody. This is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane, from the Peninsula in Virginia. And welcome to another Create and Relate. It's been another late day. I have already had my coffee, as it is like shortly after 1:30. If you see my eyes jumping, I don't know what it is. Some little nerve thing going on. So, a lot to talk about. A little bit of time to say it in. If I'm repeating anything, charge it to my head, not my heart. I have gotten away from writing things down. I'm going to do this while I talk to you all. I broke another nail today, and I don't know when, where, how. I don't know. I was telling my daughter about it, and she was like, see, that's what you get for sticking your middle finger up so much. And I was like, hold your hand up and look at it. Hold your hand. Which finger sticks out the most? And it catches everything. So no, y'all, it's not because I stick my middle finger up so much. It's because of the design of the human hand. I dated a guy once who was training to be a butcher in the local grocery store, and being careless, he lost a couple of fingers, so they replaced them with toes. And yeah, he turned out not to be a very good person. But at first I thought he was like a really cool person, you know. And I think it fascinated him that, you know, his situation didn't bother me. That part didn't bother me at all. What bothered me was that I found out very early that he was a child predator. So I had to let that go. But as a result of them using toes, it was his first two fingers that were missing. So his ring finger became the longest finger. And I was explaining that to him way back then. I was like, so, because he kept his nails up. His nails were very pretty. I said, so you know, when it comes to breaking nails, your ring finger is going to catch it. And he's like, no, I have feeling in the other two fingers. They were able to connect the nerves. And I said, that has nothing to do with it. Look at which finger protrudes the most. Whatever finger protrudes the most is the one that's going to suffer the most damage. That's just the logistics of it. I mean, you think about it. When you walk around, what toe do you typically hit the most? The big toe. Which toe is the biggest and which toe sticks out the most? The big toe. I have cracked my nails so many times. I got one right now on the right foot. Nails need to be cut and shaped and all that good stuff. I practically don't even have a free edge to my big toenail. I have kicked it so much. Okay, all of that aside, and now that I have an edge that I can work with, you don't see any hooks in my hands. No fiber. Is it a fiber-free day? Of course not. Guys, are you serious? Do you not remember when I told you that I don't care if it's only 2 stitches, I crochet every day. So last night before I went to bed, I tried to follow a tutorial by Miss McKnit. Now, I listened to someone else who was doing this as well, and they were saying how the pattern to them was a little too wordy. I have not seen the pattern. I've not downloaded the pattern. I've nothing. I tried to follow the verbal tutorial. Guys, I had to skip through a lot of it. When I study videos, it's not so I can take anything away from anybody else. It's so that I can learn to be the best me that I can be. It's so that I will know where my boundaries are, number one. And number two, how can I deliver what I have to deliver in a way that it does not become condescending to the next person. I would like for whatever I put across to be able to touch the masses, or either indicate prior to that this is for yada yada yada, so that if it's so that others can be prepared for whatever's coming. I can say that the tutorial that I followed was extremely beginner friendly, as it was very repetitious, and this is nothing for the creator. Don't forget, don't get me wrong. That I've seen of her videos, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The works that I've seen, absolutely beautiful. Even watching her work things up, absolutely beautiful. But the tutorial for this right here, I slept through so much of it, y'all. I did. It's like, okay, how do I start this round? Okay, got it. And I will wake up for the next round. Okay, got it. You know, I just, and that's probably just a me thing. So, enough of that. But you can follow the tutorial. This is the beginning of my star. It's very small. I used 4 worsted weight. What I did was the big cakes that I had left over, I just kind of threw those together in a big cake. And as you can see, I've crocheted about half of that down, making the first 1, 2, 3, 14, making the first 14 rounds. So I figure crocheting all of that down will probably give me, you know, somewhere around about here. I'm going to keep it going. I don't care what's going on with it as far as the color changes. It's basically just to have the practice of making it. More than likely it'll be donated, and somebody will love it. Somebody will absolutely love it. One of my grandkids might take it. One of my kids might take it. I don't know. But it's because I have the need to crochet, and sometimes I need to break away from the boredom of what I'm working on. You guys, I cannot express to you how quickly Kitty gets bored with what she's working on. Please don't give me an order for more than a few hats. April almost drove me crazy when my grandson presented that challenge. The second week of April, Grandma, make 100 hats this month. By the time I made the 3rd hat, I was over hats. I was so over hats. I didn't want to see another hat. I didn't want to smell another hat. I didn't want anybody to say anything to me that had hat in the word or the sentence. I didn't. I really didn't. I don't want to see the concept of a hat. I get bored very easily, y'all. I get bored so easily. And it's not malicious. It's just me. But all in all, I do like this. I do like how quickly it works up once you get past the what Miss McNitt calls the setup rounds. It's repetitious for 6 rows, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 rows of repetition. You know, you get those down, it's like And once you start a row, you can almost sleep through once you start a round, you can almost sleep through the rest of that round. I mean, you can just do it blindly with your eyes closed. So it's very easy. I believe it is beginner friendly. It is extremely beginner friendly. And it's just a matter, there are some tricky parts. And what I found was once you get to the valleys, especially at the beginning of your round, you have to be careful as to whether or not you start that round in the same stitch that you start the round with, or if you advance to the next stitch. That's the only place I saw that you have to really pay attention, because it can throw your whole row off if you don't. So with that being said, we're going to put the star away, because today I am the star. Forgive my clothes back here. They've not met the hanger yet. So my challenge, which of course has been extended to the end of the month, I'm grateful for that, but I'm excited also about how far I got. My oldest daughter questioned my choice of colors when she saw the colors that I pulled, and then saw all the little side colors that I was going to put in it. She was like, well, it is going to be colorful. But you guys, look at this. Okay, this one is the Big Twist Value Pound Plus Watermelon, top and bottom. And then you have the Big Twist Light Pink and the Dollar Tree Denim. Okay, and then in our second panel we have Big Twist Value Pounder Varsity Red, top and bottom, Big Twist Big Twist Value Pounder Plus Watermelon. And then Temu, it didn't have a color, but I call it like a mint green. So that's what you have in the second panel. Those two panels go good together. So then we went with panel number 3, Ta and Da, which is Karen 1 pound. I don't remember the colorway, y'all. I'm pretty sure if I pull all of these things out, I can find it. But I call it cornflower. But I'm noticing that cornflower goes on anything that people lose the name or can't find a name for. I've seen cornflower in blue. I've seen it in this color right here. But yes, this is Karen 1 pound, I believe, cornflower, which is here and here, which I simply call gold. Here, Dollar Tree, the middle, the teal, Dollar Tree Just Yarn Teal. Here, Mainstay pink, the variegated pink. I'd say strawberry because it looks like strawberries. And then here we have the Karen 1 pound lilac. And then right here, once again, the Dollar Tree Premier Just Yarn Denim, and the Dollar Tree Premier Just Yarn Blue. Now look at how well all of those just kind of go together. I accidentally pulled the the watermelon from here into here, which kind of ties these together. But even the separation here, it's like that gold and red just goes so pretty together. And then the little specks of red here kind of pull that red into that. And none of this was intentional. I was just picking up stuff as I went along, because the goal was to get rid of as many big balls as possible. And as big as this is eventually going to turn out to be, There's so much yarn. So it's not just the impeccable Jennifer and Kayla. It's not, I promise you. It's the Karen 1 pound and the Big Twist Value Pound Plus 2. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, guys, I have 2 smaller cakes. All of this, and this is 180 stitches long, and it's 16 rows of half double crochet of this. 16 rows. And this is like half the ball still left. So even if I do the other one, I'm still going to have, and that's more than half. Because even if I do the, if I finish out at the top like I did the bottom, which you can see here, I started reverting to what I did. So it's like I'm going backwards. That is the OCD in me. I went as high as I could go, and I was like, okay, what color can I pick next? And then my mind kept screaming, go in reverse, go in reverse, go in reverse, go in reverse. Because to me, everything has to have a pattern of sorts. So even here, with the denim and the blue, that denim and blue together, if you like cross your eyes, it kind of pulls. Let's see if I can really show you. See how they kind of pull together? But at the same time, this denim blue resting on this lilac kind of gives it a purplish hue. Guys, everything just kind of started pulling together, and I was like, amazed. Now, the initial plan was to make this 200 rows long. As of current, it is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. The bottom is actually touching the floor. Can you imagine this twice? I can't either. Especially since I decided I was going to make this for me. I don't know how true that's going to be. Y'all know me. I crochet them and they get claimed and they go away. Or someone sees them and says, oh, I want to buy that. Okay. All right. So this is how far I got as of yesterday with the challenge. Now, like I said, Jen had extended the challenge. I've not had a chance to look at any of my videos today. I saw the title of her video and I'm like, no, Jennifer, you can't give up. You cannot give up. I understand putting things down for a little while, and I'm kind of built different. Frogging to me is it's a necessary part of crocheting. I have a blanket right now that is fuchsia, peach, and teal that I was making for myself. Basically Tunisian crochet. The only thing that needed to be done, was the topper put on it with my name. The blanket itself is done. And I've already started frogging it. I can just see other places that yarn can go. And I guess because for years the only time I could really afford yarn was like tax return season. That's when I would get the bulk of my yarn. When I worked at the hotel, of course still living at home, I was able to get more yarn, but then I really didn't have anywhere to put it, and it kind of got out of control. But all in all, I don't mind frogging. I will rib it all day, every day, and make my little trusty cakes out of it. I think I'm more fascinated about the cakes than I am actually finishing the project sometimes. But that's a me thing. That's another me thing. When I do decide to get back on this, I'm going. This is a perfect example. This was a brand new ball when I started. Mind you, 16 rows of this, and partially using this in another couple of projects that came up that I had to do. Guys, look at this. Look at this. It barely looks touched. Exactly. Now my focus today, I had this, I remember it was a Karen cake, but I don't remember any of the specs at all. I remember getting 3 of them. I don't know right now where the other 2 are. Probably in the bag in the closet. But I got a cream to go with this. I was going to make a blanket out of this, and it was when we first moved here. I bought the yarn like 2 years before we moved here, so like 7 years ago, maybe a year, I don't know. But my intentions were to turn it into a blanket, and I worked on it. I got probably about a quarter of it done, and life happened. Was going, like I told you, 2021 was my worst year medically. And I just went to look at these colors. They're absolutely amazing, but do they not complement this? So my intentions for today is to put this here. Because knowing that this has a purpose, knowing that this has a home, it motivates me more to get it done. When I do things for me, it's kind of tentative, so it's like I have more room to play with it than, or change my mind and make something else. But when I know something has a definite home, I, number 1, will follow through more, and number 2, will stick to it. It takes kind of priority over things, because I put myself on a challenge system. Hey, I have to do this much today. I have to do this. That's why when challenges come along, I absolutely eat it up. You guys, please excuse me a moment. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. That was medical. Forgive me. Hold on.
That's a PPE.
Huh?
That's a PPE.
I don't mind.
Thank you. You're almost there, aren't you?
I don't know, baby.
You're recording.
I am.
Sorry.
It's okay. The grandbaby is home early. Had a doctor's appointment today. So, like I said, I see this here, with a couple of strands of the gold, just to offset it, just to make things pop, and also maybe a couple of rounds of black added to it. I'm thinking of actually finishing it or rounding. I can't even say bordering it, because there's so many stitches in here. There's so many different stitches, and anything that I do is just going to be either one of the existing stitches or add to the fact that it's such a variety of stitches. I'm kind of falling in love with the triple crochet, guys. Saying, before I started this channel and learning from you guys, my stitch was single crochet and or moss stitch, which is just a combination of the single crochet and the chain, but that was my go-to, and since then, and dedicating more time to learning to build my foundation, the half double crochet is the baby. It is the way to go, because not only do you get the fullness of the stitch, you get the pliability. It is so stretchy when you do half double crochet. It's amazing to me. It's almost like, the rib stitch. I can't say learning, but focusing more on the ribbed effect, going front and back post, as opposed to the way I have been doing it. The way I've been doing it is single crochet, and when you turn, back loop, single crochet, turn again, back loop, and it gives you the small riches, more, not as deep as the front post, back post, And I kind of, both of them now are kind of like, you know. So, like I said, I'm learning a lot from you guys, and I appreciate you and the fact that you offer this for us to learn. And guys, do not think for a second that a seasoned crocheter cannot learn. I started crocheting at the age of 5, and there is so much that I don't know. I recently revealed to my daughter that I really want to get my degree in crocheting, and she said to me, sounding so much like my mother, okay, well, what's stopping you? And I was like, money. Look up grants and scholarships. Let's get it popping. And the reason is because I know that there is so much to learn. I know that I'm a go-getter. I know that I'm like a sponge when it comes to learning things, and I just want to soak up so much. I want to be able to share everything that I soak up. I want to, you know, if I like, I just started reading up on the origin of crochet, which there is no definitive origin. You know, everything that I've seen kind of can go back to the 15th century, but it's not definite. You know, I surprised the lady in Dollar General the other day when she was saying to me something about she saw crochet on a box of hooks that were hanging in the middle of Dollar Tree. And I said, the word crochet means hook. And she was like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, yes, crochet is French for hook. And when she pulled up her phone and looked up, she was like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah. You know, and it excited me, not that I knew more than her, but I was able, I taught somebody something. You know, to tell somebody, to teach somebody something that they don't know, that they may come into contact with every day. That's exciting to me. I learn so I can teach. You know, can't do it in a classroom setting, but this platform, running into people, all of that, it really excites me. Sometimes it sparks conversation and it goes into an association that may eventually become a friendship. You know, it may or may not. You don't know. But it can definitely break silence, number one. It can uplift bad moods. You know, and it's just kind of all worth it to me, guys. I am still trying to figure out with this one where I'm going, because I cannot find this rust color anywhere else. So I'm thinking, being that it's not really full of texture, and I did start going back basic with the granny square theme, that I'm going to try to keep it basic throughout the rest of it. Whatever color I choose, I'm thinking about going with the Robin's Nest color, which is kind of close to this. Either that or sage, one of the two. There was a lot of green in it. This one, I'm definitely going with this variegated green that started it. I went with the forest green as accents to it. I'm thinking the accents portions for me are done. I did start adding a little more texture just to kind of break things up and give it a little bit more pretty. And where am I going with this? Where Okay, see? Mm. I don't know. We will figure it out. No, that didn't. I put it right there. Okay, let's put this one right there with that one. But I kind of love this. This is the start of the Journey to the Center of the Earth by Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. And that's up to here. Yeah, all of this out to here. And it was a really fun pattern to follow. But as I told you before, I decided to change the colorway. And I went with all sorts of blues. I did complete it. I added a little more to it to make it bigger. And I gifted it to my daughter. So, where did I put them? 2 of the Boggy Creek, they're down there. Hold tight. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, this works well across my chair too. I would go at least another set to be able to cover the arms as well. Now, the first Boggy Creek blanket to be finished. And I'm kind of glad it was the first one. I am. It's a very small rectangle. And what I mean by that is that the definition of the rectangle, if you spread it out, it almost looks square until you look at it really closely and you realize that it is a rectangle. So that's this one. And then this baby. Now I think the reason I like this one so much is that I find the Temu yarn to be extremely soft. This is the milk. Well, it's titled milk cotton, but it says, it didn't give me any specs actually. It did not give me any specs for this, but it kind of feels acrylic-y, but it's like, look at that, guys. You see that? This is a wrapping blanket. And this is what you put around you and you wrap it to contour your body. This is what's going to give you heat. This is what's going to hold on to you. Okay? I'm just saying. So there's that one. Now the strawberry, if I'm not mistaken, was totally completed Sunday. This one was totally completed yesterday. And what I'm planning on doing is finishing a Boggy Creek a day. The star may even go to Boggy Creek. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. This ain't. Like I said, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna come along and say, "Ooh, I like that. Can I?" And my huge heart is gonna say, "Yeah." And I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna cry a little bit because I really intended for this one to be mine. I would give up my virus blanket before this one, and it's got very little purple in it, guys. And y'all know me, I'm the purple lady. Look, purple even looks good. You see that? Purple even looks good close to me. So, yeah. And I have no idea that it will happen this way, but I'm sure you guys remember this one. Every time I pick it up, I'm like, oh my God, that is beautiful. So beautiful. But for some reason, I'm having trouble finishing it. I will do a couple of rows, and it's like, oh my God, when will this end? But, new life has presented itself, like just right now at this moment. I just happened to look down and I saw this on me, and I'm like, that is a beautiful tunic dress. You just make 2 rectangle panels, okay, and you sew them up the sides to the arm, sew them across the top to the neck, put you a border around the neck, and if you want around the sleeves, you can even put you some splits on the side if you want to be sassy. And you got a tunic dress. Yo, I just saw that, like, literally right now. Tell me that's not cute. And because of the fact that you can adjust the neck, it doesn't have to, be restraining right here. It will offer you. Oh my God, this is cute, guys. This is so cute. Okay, it's about to be a dress. Y'all know that, right? I'm just saying. I see a few dresses happening. You can call them my line and put some pockets on it. Girlfriends, boyfriend, all friends, crochet buddies. Who y'all see? I did it to myself. I did it to myself. I sure did. I had done that to myself. Okay, Jennifer, we're about to make us some tunic dresses. So, we got all of those shenanigans out of the way. Now on to the ideas. So I told you guys that I wanted to create 5 blankets, 5 beach blankets. Well, so far I have 4 ideas. I just have to find them. That is the trouble of having... Where did I put them? Present yourself. I know you're here. And I know I did because I got Rainbow Princess right here. Which means that oh, those are the shawls. That means if I have it, it'll be further in the back and not in the front. Y'all see how I do patterns? That was for a Tunisian blanket that I did. I will draw it out like that. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, I knew I would find it. So this was kind of an idea. For one, it would have where you see nightlife. Nightlife would be at the bottom. The heart would be where nightlife is. And of course you would have a stiletto, an ankle fastening stiletto, open foot or open top, and it would be red bottom. Okay, so that was one idea. Then I have the full body. I don't know if you can really see her, but it's a woman laying on her stomach, and all you see, she's gonna have, this is abstract, I mean this is like whatever, she's gonna have on a top that's actually gonna be a crop top that fits here. I just have to figure out how to draw it so that it actually looks like a shirt on the body, but she's got on the bikini bottoms and she's laying on her stomach, so it's like she's sunbathing on her back. So that was idea number 2. And then I thought about another nightlife theme, which was like dancing or a beach party. And it just shows a girl dancing. And all of this is going to be Grafgan, guys. So this is what, that's my thing. And then the other one is the hat, which will probably be cut off before you get to the face. You will probably see like that part. You know, like knowing there's hair there and knowing that there's a person wearing the hat and not just the hat standing. So you've seen 4 ideas. My goal is to come up with several more, you know, whatever pops in my head, and then I'll put it up as a poll to see, you know, who likes what. I'm also going to make a couple that have my channel name on it, which is Create and Relate, and I'll have Kitty Lane at the bottom, or at Kitty Lane, or however I choose to do it, but it'll be, you know, kind of at the bottom. So those are, excuse me, those are the things that I'm working on, that I'm doing, that I'm getting done, and I'm having fun. Yeah. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do next. It's like I'm looking at that checkerboard blanket and I'm like, oh, I really need to work on that. I really need to work on that, because I really don't have that much to go. I don't. Guys, I really don't have that much to go on this one. It feels so thick, it almost feels like it's doubled over. Yeah, so there it's like 30 inches long. And it's right at 30 inches wide. It's like 29. But by the time I add a border, it would be a little more than 30. And I don't have that much to go. I don't. Plus 30. So 3 more sections of the checkerboard effect would give me the 50 inches that I need. Well, with the border added, of course. So, it's like, do I work on this today or no? Another thing I can tell you with the star blanket is it's suggested that you go 2.5 sizes up in your hook. I find that very helpful. I was actually using a K. She said go by the sides that's recommended for your material and start at a half size above. Of course, most of ours say 5.5, which is an I. So I generally crochet with an H. Used to, before I met you guys, crochet with an H, but with an H. But I tried the I, and I did notice a lot of, even crocheting loosely, I noticed a lot of curling in the middle. So instead of even bothering with the J, I just immediately picked up my K. I know that I do have an L hook around here somewhere. They're very hard to find. I've had it for years. I just can't put my hands on it right now. But I don't even think I would go with the L right now. I know that I definitely wouldn't go with the M or N. But the K hook has worked really well for me with that design. that I'm going to work on finishing this one today. In the meantime, the crochet along for the month of October is going to go on. I'm just working some kinks out in my head. I don't know if I'm going to single, double, or triple strand the projects that I'm working on. I have determined that my color scheme is going to be red, yellow, and blue. That way, if I want to change anything, you know, like the trinket baskets or something throughout the year, then I'd be able to do it, and it would pretty much go with whatever I have there. And then I'm also working on the design. I was thinking about the possibility of the corner to corner, and just, you know, spreading it out. But here again, I don't know. But it would be the corner to corner the way I do it, with less gaps in it. So that's what I will be working on today. This and that idea. We got to get this done. This is too pretty not to finish. So you guys, that's where I am. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I know that for the past couple of days I said that I might pop on a little later, and I haven't been able to. But as of right now, today feels really good. I can see a little bigger light at the end of the tunnel. I don't feel quite so bogged down. Maybe it's because of the fact that I've been getting so much sleep here lately. So I definitely think that it is a greater possibility today that you will see me this evening. It'll be later at night, probably close to midnight, as there are several content creators that I follow on Tuesdays. One of them is like 9:30 at night. There's another one at 6 o'clock. So the 6 o'clock, well, I don't know. I might try to do something between 7 and 9. Yeah, I might try to do something between 7 and 9. We'll see. But if not, it'll be around 10:30ish. Okay? So I hope to see you guys later on. Know that I love you, and that comes straight from my heart. I want you to... Hey, I forgot the engagement question. I did a video a couple of days ago, and Denise, bless her heart, Denise Mills told me that you could not hear me. So I'm going to pose that question again. Now, I'll give it a little bit of feed up, not as much as I did that day. I am not a horoscope type person. I'm not. I don't believe people can make predictions that go out to a mass of people. I don't. Not as many people as there are. I believe there are gifts. I do. I believe there are God-given gifts where, you know, people do have foresight. Okay. Well, with that being said, I do, however, believe in I do believe in zodiacs, not horoscopes. I do believe that there are certain characteristics that come along with the time of year that you were born. For instance, I'm Sagittarius. I'm outspoken. I tend to be aggressive, not necessarily in a negative way, but I will come up to you and talk to you. I will start a conversation. I'm very good at starting a party. Hey, let's go. You know, I'm energetic. I'm adventurous. I'm spontaneous. I don't like to be bored. And things tend to bore me very quickly. So I am true to my sign. So with all of that in mind, I will go one step before me. Scorpios. Scorpions, when you first meet them, if you don't know them, you would probably think they were the meanest people on the face of the earth. Usually, every Scorpion that I know, and I'm not basing this on any reading, any, none of that. This is based off of characteristics of people that I know. Okay, that I know, not that everybody else knows. So Scorpions tend to be, they have this scowl on their face. They're so blank or plain faced, or as small of a grin as needed to cope with society. You know, that kind of, that look. When you approach them, you tend to feel a blast of cold air as they seem unapproachable. But they are the biggest teddy bears of all of the zodiacs. They will give you the draws off their behind if you need it. And they don't look for anything in return. Now, don't get me wrong. They are not pushovers. That scowl and that blank look and that I can be evil, those looks are there for a reason. It's a warning. Okay? You do not want to take advantage of Scorpions. Likewise, one more sign and then I'm moving on. Taurus. You don't want to cross a Taurus. Taurus, basically, of all that I know, are easy to please as long as you can feed them and clothe them. They're very high fashion, not high maintenance. They will maintain themselves, but they are very high fashion. And as far as feeding them or clothing them, I don't necessarily mean that you always have to speed your money. If they go shopping and they need a shopping buddy, hang out with them. If they want to go try every new restaurant that pops up, you know, y'all can go Dutch, you know, but just be there with them. Be their sidekick. Taurus the bull are bullheaded. They don't like to be told that they're wrong as they can be. But once they find out they're wrong, they don't mind owning up to it. And if you cross a Taurus, be prepared. Be prepared for the get back. Because they're going to get you back. But they're not going to get you back for what you did. They're going to get you back until they're satisfied that they got you back for what you did. If you did something 2 years ago and they get you back every week for what you did 2 years ago and they're not satisfied that they got you back enough, it's going to continue until they reach that peak of satisfaction. It's your definition of enough for them is not their definition of enough. It's not enough until they say so. And then they wonder why people leave or why people stay mad at them. And do not express to them that you're mad at them because it's only going to get worse. Okay. So, with that in mind, I gave you 3 examples. And with those 3 in mind, what I would like for you to do in the comment section is give me characteristics about you and see if I can guess what your zodiac sign is. I already told you I'm Sagittarius. I don't like to be bored. I like adventure. I like doing new things, seeing new places, meeting new people. I am, like most of us, we like being in the limelight, but we don't like to be crowded. Does that make sense? It should. What I'm saying is, it's not necessarily that we like the spotlight. We like the fact that we're popular. We like the fact that we are loved. We like the fact that we're likable. But we love our solitude. We love our alone time. We can be in a room full of people and you give us one little quiet corner and we're happy. There are things going on around us. We can see change. We can see difference. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we want our space invaded. Okay? So, like I said, with all of that being said, give me characteristics of you, you know? Just basic characteristics. Like I haven't told you the personal, intricate things about Sagittarius. I don't want to know those things. Plus the comments are hold on, please. Sorry about that. I had a baby saying ow. But yeah, I don't want to know like the deep down dark personal stuff. This, keep it G-rated, not even PG rated. Keep it G-rated. Okay. I have a very family friendly channel and I want it to stay that way. I don't need nobody knocking on my door or saying, hey, you put on restriction for, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Like I said before, just a comment of engagement so that we can communicate. Please, 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 please comment. Just tell me how you feel about the channel. Tell me how you feel about today's video. Please hit those thumbs. And don't forget to ring the bell with the dimples. I do thank all of my subscribers. I am so happy that you have fun with my channel. That's what it's all about. Fun, love, peace, happiness, and crocheting. Of course, you guys go about and have an absolutely wonderful day. And know always that Kitty loves you. I love you. And I mean that. I want you to focus more on loving yourself so you can exude that same energy to everybody around you. Go about your days, babies. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you all soon. Mwah. Peace out.